All right.
So we're good. We're on.
We are ready. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. This week, we're actually kind of warming up for our trip to Daytona coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So we're getting some stuff together, some stuff organized. We did want to announce that we are doing a meetup in Daytona.
It's going to be so awesome.
I think it's going to be a great time. Some friends of ours who you've seen in some of our videos, the Soul Circus Cowboys, are going to be playing at the Broken Spoke on Thursday, the 12th of March at 5 p.m. I do believe is the start time on that. That's going to be the start time on our meetup anyway. So 5 p.m. Broken Spoke, Ormond Beach, just north of Daytona, and that is going to be our meetup. And there'll be info on the Facebook page and on Instagram and obviously YouTube. So this week's video was suggested from a friend of ours, Dave White with Harley's Diners and Rides on YouTube. And this is going to be what he's calling the 7-Gear Motorcycle Challenge. And this is questions asking to riders out there to give our opinion on these 7 specific questions.
Yeah.
So let's give it a shot. The first question up is, what was your first bike and what motivated you to get it? A lot of you probably don't know, Patty actually has her motorcycle endorsement and rode also, so she does have a first bike story.
I do.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, when you got your motorcycle, I loved the idea of riding the motorcycle and the freedom and all of the adventures that we could go on together side by side. And so I got the Honda Shadow 750.
Yep.
It was blue and I loved it. Had it for about a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Yep.
Took the motorcycle class. Rode a bunch of times.
Yep.
Highway, rain, cold, heat, all of the above.
We got it all, that's for sure.
We covered it all pretty quickly.
Trial by fire, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was my first bike. I loved it.
Yep. My first bike was actually a Honda Ascot 500. Little enduro style bike. And the motivation for getting it was basically cheap transportation. You know, as a kid, needed something, $500 and I was on the road. So, but definitely got out of that bike as soon as I could into something a little more street worthy. So that was that. Let's see. Okay, second question. What type of riding do you prefer as far as twisties, straightaways? Everybody likes the twisties, I think so. But, you know, a good straightaway now and then we can just kick back and relax has its place, that's for sure. And also single versus group. There's a place for both.
There is.
What do you think?
I kind of agree. I like the twisty roads mostly because of the scenery is so incredible when you're going down the twisty roads. And
especially here north of Tampa Bay area, there's some really nice, you know, hilly, twisty roads, 2-lane roads.
Yeah.
Shady, you know, really nice riding up there, especially you get the perfect weather.
Yeah, and I love when we're on the bike together and it's just us riding in the beautiful places that we go. But I also enjoy a nice spirited ride with a group of riders.
Absolutely.
That can be a lot of fun too.
As long as the riders in the group know what the hell they're doing.
Yes.
Because a bad rider in a group can make for a really bad day.
It only takes one.
It only takes one. So anyway, let's see. Third question. What is your favorite type of motorcycle trip? As far as the day, weekend, or a longer trip? Gosh, I really don't have a favorite type. I'll go and ride for 10 minutes or we'll take off for a few hours.
Well, and one of my favorite rides was the Soaked in Sore Ass ride, and that was an all-day ride.
Yeah, Full Throttle Magazine puts on, it's called the Soaked in Sore Ass ride because it's over 300 miles one day, middle of the summer when you know you're going to get rain. And it's usually, you know, one end of the state to the other, different routes each year.
Yeah.
The one we did, we got lucky. We didn't hit any rain the whole day. Coming back the next day, though, it was from Tampa, zigzagging across the state up to St. Augustine.
Yeah.
So we stayed the night in St. Augustine.
Yeah, that was nice.
Road took 2 days to ride back, and got soaked on that last day. So we're all proud of ourselves for not getting wet, but we got wet.
That's
real
a whole
bad.
Other story.
Well, so wet that it killed my horn. I hit a bottle, water went up in the horn, and the horn was dead. I had to get a new horn. So anyway.
Yeah, that was an experience.
All right, the next one. What is your favorite ride or destination? Well, yeah, that's probably one of them. That was a fun ride.
That was a great one.
That Soaked in Sore Ass ride was a good ride with friends, lots of other riders. That, and I would have to say Oh, doing the baby dragon.
Yeah.
Up in Tennessee. Yeah, we got a video on that, but we just met some random guys at a bar and we ended up doing this really spirited, as she says,
Yes.
ride on what they're calling the baby dragons. Tennessee 132, I believe, or Tennessee 32. I can't remember exactly what the road was, but if you've been up there, you know what road it is. That was a great ride.
That was a great ride.
All right, let's see. What is the biggest lesson motorcycling has taught you? How about you? Because you were the
Newest rider.
newest rider. So what did you learn, in the class or other things?
I think it's to watch out a little bit more for different things going around. It's not like when you're driving a car and you're watching everything going on around you, but with a motorcycle, you really have to pay close attention because a rock in the road can kill you. I mean,
put you on the ground, that's for sure.
Yeah, driving behind people, in a car you're protected. On a motorcycle, we have a friend that was driving down the road minding his own business and a sheet of plywood flew out of a pickup truck and nearly took him out.
It did take him out. It didn't kill him, but I mean, he was down, hospitalized.
Yeah.
That was, I think that was
major injuries.
Biketoberfest 2 or 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. It's been a while now.
Yeah, it has been. But
and I'd have to say that's the same thing with me. Keeping your head on a swivel. It just is what it is. You gotta predict what people are going to do a whole lot more than you do in a car.
Yeah. And always keeping that out. Have an escape route planned as you're driving.
Yeah.
You're great at doing that.
Yep. Number 6, do you have any words of wisdom for a person looking to get into motorcycling? Take a course.
Yeah.
Go take a course, and when you're done with the entry course to get your license and you get your own bike, either take another course on more advanced techniques or go out into a parking lot, set up some cones, and practice the slow speed maneuvers. Those are the ones people just don't practice. I've seen more bikes go down doing 2, 3, 5 miles an hour than I have flying down the road, because you've got to really practice those slow turns. You notice all the cop videos out there, motorcycle cops. It's the slow turns that they can do, and I mean, we're talking a tight donut, figure eight, the whole thing. If you can practice and get good at those on your bike, then you can handle just about anything. That would be my suggestion.
And know your bike. I mean, you see little girls handling these big bikes. As long as you learn correctly and you practice, you can ride your bike safely and have a lot of fun doing it.
Absolutely. And number 7, we didn't miss one, did we?
I don't think so.
Okay, number 7. What's your next big destination or ride? For us, I said it at the beginning, we got Bike Week in Daytona coming up here in a couple of weeks. Right now it's February 23rd.
Right.
So we're going to be at Cackleberry Campground, which is across the street from world famous Cabbage Patch. We're going to be there pulling in on March 11th, which is Wednesday, and staying the whole weekend and leaving on Sunday. Unless we decide to hang around Sunday night, pay for another night, and leave Monday. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But that is our next big destination. On the bucket list, which we haven't got planned yet, obviously Sturgis. I mean, we got to get out to Sturgis at some point, but that may be a couple years down the road. But that is it.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to add to these 7 questions? I think it was a good idea Dave had to put out these 7 questions, this challenge out there, so that people can, especially if you haven't ridden and you're thinking about it, you can see what riders, people who have ridden, their preferences on different things that they've encountered throughout their rides and such, and their motorcycle journey.
Yeah. And don't worry about what size bike you get. You'll figure it out.
Well, and I hate to say this, but don't worry about what brand either. I've fallen in love with my Harley. This is the first Harley I've had. I had Kawasaki's, Suzuki's, Yamahas, Hondas, and then jumped into this Harley. I'm loving the Harley, I got to admit it. But I got a buddy of mine who I'm getting ready to challenge right now, who's just on my ass to go test ride an Indian. So we'll see about that. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Chad. So anyway, going to throw this challenge out to a couple other channels. We've got Chad over at Changing Lanes. Also Chris over at Runaway with the Clarks. They're both riders. Chris and Donna don't put out a whole lot of videos, but I'm hoping they'll jump on this and do this challenge and give us their thoughts on this. Other than that, I guess that's it for this week's video. And keep an eye on the Facebook page, Instagram for the info on if anything on the meetup changes. If for some reason you can't make that Thursday meetup, again, we're staying at Cackleberry. Swing on by.
Come see us.
Yeah, we're going to definitely be hanging out Cabbage Patch a couple different nights. And you'll see us on Main Street. We're going to hit Main Street and all the other regular, not to mention Burning Bike. Friday night, Burning Bike. not far from Cabbage Patch actually. So
Yeah.
that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, that's going to be fun too.
Alrighty,
Lots of adventures await.
that is it. All right, you guys, y'all take it easy and don't waste one single minute.
Bye.